was like, Josh, I literally cannot make cold calls today. Like, I have a thing tonight. He's like, you have to make your calls. And I was like, I literally can't. Like, I have to save my voice for this thing. So I'm glad y'all can hear me because about 2 hours ago, I sounded like I was hit by a train.
I don't think you sound that bad, honestly. I've heard you worse.
I was going to say, I feel like it's just par for the course at this point.
It's just that's what your voice has become. Sorry, was that mean?
my voice, my relationships, my life.
Anyways.
Real quick. So of y'all that are here, who knew they were coming to a live music performance, a live podcast? Like, who knew what they were walking into? Our table. Love it. Great. Who is so far pleasantly surprised? Who wishes they would have stayed home and ordered pizza? It's okay. No? Okay. Love that.
I mean, I do.
Do you want to give a quick intro on the podcast since we have, like, new people here tonight?
Yeah. So, hey, guys, what's up? This is Marie with Swipe in the City. You can find us on Instagram at SwipeNTheCity. And so basically, I kind of like threw this together as a vlog a few years ago because dating in Austin kind of sucks. Anybody else dating in Austin? It sucks. So basically, it's a way to commiserate. And then I met Michelle, and she asked me to chug a beer with her. And then Swipe in the City, the podcast, was born, and it's been all uphill ever since.
This
is my most. I think this is my longest relationship in Austin.
I mean, this is probably my longest relationship ever, but you know, we won't get into that tonight, or maybe we will. Who knows?
We're not experts. We're just here to shoot the shit with y'all, have a little fun. I mean, what's life if you can't laugh at it, right?
It's true. Okay, so before we get started, because this will help us like assess what direction we go, how many of y'all, I mean, if you're open to admit it, right? Like, how many of y'all are like single or mostly single here? Can I get like a woo-ha? What's a
We have some very proud hands over here. I love it.
We got two hands.
Let's
go.
Hands.
All right, ladies or gentlemen. I don't know your type. Oh, both. Great. Love that. Okay, so once again, if you're single, let's give a little shout. Then if someone's like scoping you out from across the room, they know what to look for. So if you're single, give me a yeehaw. Ooh. All right, if you are in a... if this was like 2012 and you would put "It's Complicated" on Facebook, can I get an "oh shit"? Oh, no one wants to admit that.
Well, I mean,
some of y'all are lying, and I know that for a fact. All right, no one here is in a complicated situation. That's cool. I just flew to LA, and that didn't work out. So here we are.
It's not complicated anymore, though.
Yeah, it's very simple now. It's great. I love finding out news like right before going on to perform something. I think it gives the show character. Kyle, I love your laughter. That's going to keep me going through this whole night.
Michelle, let's talk a little bit about the apps because we all know that's where we're spending the bulk of our time, right? Like, what apps are y'all using? If you're on Tinder still... Somebody, like, scream, raise your hand. Anybody on Tinder?
Kyle, raise it louder. Since when are you shy? No, we're just asking. Who's on? Okay.
I'm not judging.
If you've been on Tinder in the last year, give us a little, it could be a timid hand raise. Guy in the hat, what's your name? I know you've been on Tinder. I saw you. Oh, she's coming for you with the mic. He's like, I'm on a date. Please don't out me. Woo! Ever.
Really?
Ever? Okay. Are you in a relationship? So tell us why you've not been on apps in the last year. Oh, he's ready. Okay.
They're fragile?
Fraudulent.
Fraudulent. Okay.
Big word.
Very big word.
So you get on it, right? And you kind of get the same repetitive cycle. meet someone, you go on a date, you have the same conversation.
You fly to LA.
Over and over and over and over again. It's kind of old. So
Yeah.
That's why I personally got alcohol. I feel like it's old school to go back and talk to people at the bar.
Yeah.
Face to face.
Yeah. What's your name?
Have a little courage. I'm Tyler.
Tyler. Welcome, Tyler. We have single friends. We'll hook you up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Can everyone give Tyler a big old hand clap? Also, don't be afraid to slide him your number later.
Yeah, he likes to meet people in real life. Who would have thought?
Who'da thunk?
Who'd have thunk? All right, Hinge seems to notoriously be the most popular. Anybody on Hinge? Okay, all right, all right.
There have to be, okay, statistically speaking, I'm not a mathematician,
I don't do numbers. I
someone
don't do
finish
numbers.
the word for me. But like, there have to be more of you than that. So just give us a little nod if you don't want to raise your hand. I see it. Okay. I'm on Hinge. It was paused. You know, we'll see what happens. R.I.P.
She's back.
So the reason we bring up Hinge is we've decided as two professional daters / two girls who just decided to have a podcast with no merit at all. We think Hinge is the best dating app. We got a nod. Okay, Saint, can we get the mic over here? Would you be willing to share like one thought on why you agree with that thought? Oh, the puppy.
Also, I love your dog. Yeah, so cute. The prompts are better?
Yeah. So for those who haven't been on Hinge, would you tell a little more about the prompts? We can also explain it if you don't want to.
They're very broad, but they can show a sense of humor in somebody. They can take it to a different level. That voice going on. So I think it's good because you can hear someone's voice and all the time. And if you want to deal with them, I think it's red flag.
So you like the voice prompts? Did you use one for yourself? No, this is sheer curiosity.
No, I don't have one.
Okay, because I like them too.
The only voice prompts that I've listened to are like, "Hi, I'm Todd and I like airplanes," and I'm like, this feels weird.
One guy I saw, he did sing, like he was playing guitar, but it also had absolutely nothing to do with the actual prompt, and I think that's the biggest struggle people have.
Okay, well, I think on TikTok, if you see the compilations of it all together, that's what I love. So maybe like there's the funny ones and people throw them together.
Okay.
Wait, do you have a TikTok account that we should follow with all of these voice prompts?
No, not me.
No, not you, but like, can you send that to us? Because I want to find those TikToks. This has been very educational.
This has been. Do you have your prompts pulled up? Because I'm like losing them.
Yeah.
That's
so, did we ask about relationships? Anybody here in a relationship?
Is anyone here in an official relationship? Like Facebook?
Like, woo!
Facebook. Oh, y'all are so cute. Y'all are so cute. What's the other way to be official?
Other than Facebook?
I
Is
feel
there
like
any
Facebook
other way to be official?
Although there's also married. Is anyone here married in Austin? I don't think so. Is anyone here married? If you're married, can I like see your ring finger? That'll also help us make selections for later today. Thank you. You're out. No, just kidding. You may now leave. You all didn't know this is actually a reality show. Y'all are all on Love Island. But the island is here.
Anyway. So, okay, we've got one relationship. We've got a few people who are willing to admit that they're single. We have
because you didn't raise your hand.
Mean looks that we're giving people that we know. We were swiping on Hinge for you? Has anybody ever swiped for a friend? Because that's probably the most fun you'll ever have. But
I think we're losing them a little bit. I think we're losing people.
All right. Wait, polarizing question. Because Valentine's Day is on Monday. Can somebody scream, please, if you love Valentine's Day? Of course. We have like, I think 2 or 3 people. Okay, scream if you hate Valentine's Day.
Wow, y'all are quiet. I mean, it's still better than the last show we did where we had like one creepy guy who was like, he's like, no, give me the mic. I won't tell y'all what I do for work, but let me speak into the mic about how women are hoes. And we're like, no, sir, you may not have the mic.
Yeah, that was rough.
Okay, so we have just no. It's like, do we just not give a shit as millennials? Like, do we just not care anymore? Like, there it is. Okay, there it is. We just don't care. It's
We're
like,
above Valentine's Day.
we're above corporate holidays.
Hallmark holidays.
Do you know what the best part about Valentine's Day is?
When it's over, or the candy on the 15th.
When the candy goes on sale. Okay, if you have ever intentionally gone to the grocery store to get the on sale Valentine's Day candy, can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
There we go. That's it. That's how you unite this entire country.
There we go.
You just put candy on sale. We've solved the problems of the world.
We've solved love, I think. Anyways, okay, so we have a lot of people who don't really love Valentine's Day. What do we do with that?
I mean, we do have one more Valentine's related question, but I don't know. Do we go for it?
Shoot it.
Okay. So we're gonna need y'all's attention for just another second to ask the question. It's all right. We'll speak to the table that's here on purpose.
Our friends.
Okay. Would y'all ever go on a first date on Valentine's Day? Oh wait, Doug, was that a yes? Okay, Saint. Where's Saint go?
We
Right
have
there.
one
right.
person who
Doug,
would go on a first date.
As everyone in sales would say, tell me more about that.
I've been on a first date on Valentine's Day. It was really fun.
What did y'all do?
Tell me more.
We went go-karting.
Oh, that's amazing. See,
That's a creative date idea. I love that.
Met our parents that day, too.
How old were you?
28.
Oh, okay.
as we like to say, there's a lot to unpack here. But we get it.
We might unwrap that later.
Okay, no one else would go on a first date on Valentine's Day. No, maybe. You'd consider it. You look like a helpless romantic. No offense. I don't know if that's a compliment or not in 2022. Like, you look nice.
You would go on a
date? No, okay. You just wanted to be involved. We appreciate
just messing
you.
with us. Cool.
I mean, same.
Yeah, that's
we're up
why
here
we're
on
here.
stage. We're like, hey, how do we get everyone to pay attention to us at once?
Dance. Just kidding. So, all right. So usually we kind of like to shoot the shit a little bit here. And Michelle, I think, you keep bringing up this LA thing. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I feel like we'll unpack that on an episode. I'm going to tease it out a little bit. Because it's quite the long story. So we're gonna unpack that later.
Give me the 2-sentence summary.
The 2-sentence summary is I met a guy and went to LA and then it didn't work out.
The
Shocking. Also, I got bit by a dog, y'all. Look at this. There you go. Shock and awe. That's how you get the attention. No, for real. That was a tiny terrier bit me, and that's the result of it. I don't think tetanus. I think that'd be a rabies shot, but I'll probably schedule. Yeah, I'll schedule something and be like, hey, COVID, rabies, like just run the gamut. They're like, no, ma'am, rabies is for dogs, and I'll be like, correct.
Yeah, you do have Neosporin, right?
It's fine.
This is fine.
Okay, so we could kind of guide this to what's interesting to people. Does anyone want to talk more about like Valentine's Day and cynicism around it, or are y'all kind of just like over that? Because we can guide this in different ways. That was our plan.
That's why we like doing live shit, because it's not just about what we want. Well,
it's about the people. We're here for the people. First date horror stories. Okay.
All right.
All right. Do you want to start us off? Okay. Do you want to pivot?
2.
First date horror stories.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. Does anyone have a first date horror story? Not horror. Or either. Whatever.
HORR.
However you identify.
OR.
Do we have anybody here? I know somebody does. There's always somebody in the crowd. No one's ever been on a bad first date? Oh, there we go. There we go. Sometimes you gotta like wait for it. That awkward silence builds.
He did what to
Okay,
his toes?
hold on. Because it might be hard to hear. Okay, so you went to a movie. Also, horrible first date. No offense if anyone loves that. Bad at first date. We'll get back to that. He took his shoes off in the middle of the movie. He was not wearing socks.
And he fingered his toes, and then he reached over me and was trying to do something. And I said, please to God, no, not today. And then I decided
Not today, Satan.
to grab a whole and crying to myself, thinking, damn, when is this going to end tonight?
When is this end game gonna end?
I want to be violently ill right now. We may need to pause the show while I run to the bathroom. I'm so sorry.
I think about it every, now that I met my current boyfriend, we wear socks.
We love a man
I
or
am so
woman who
happy
wears
for
socks.
you.
We love a man or woman who wears socks when it's appropriate to wear them. Maybe not with sandals, but when it's appropriate.
Don't let a guy finger his toes in front of you.
Have standards. Okay, love that. Thank you. All right, I know we've got some other good ones out there. Who else has a good first date story for us? Somebody does.
Yeah, that is hard to top.
No one else has been ever. All right,
Ooh,
Lindsay, over
all
to
right.
our beautiful friend Lindsay.
I went on a first date once, and in the appetizer, the guy asked me if I wanted to get married and have kids someday. And I was like,
With you, sir?
Also, like, what I really want are mozzarella sticks. So can we start with that, please? Damn. I feel like you have I know someone else here has another, like, weird food first date story. All right, over to Adri. This is the benefit of your friends showing up to your events. You already know some of the material, so you can plug them.
So I went on a dinner date with this guy, and he would tell me how many calories were in all the food that we were eating, the chips and the salsa, and then my entree. And I was like, this is great, awesome. And that's what I wanted to know, is how many calories I'm eating per night.
Did you eat less because he was telling? Because I would have ate way less. I would have been like, all right, I'll leave it.
Oh, see, I choose chaos in those moments. I would have been like, oh, really? All right. Loaded cheese nacho fries? Oh, that's not on the menu? It is today. Here's $100.
I accidentally, I was so nervous. I was so proud of I ordered a fried taco on top of that. And I was like, oh, he's definitely judging me now. I could not wait to see it.
Needless to say, there was no second date.
I feel like that gets into we weren't really going to cover dating best practices, but
Here we are.
Number one, there is no reason to comment on the other person's food unless you're like, damn, that looks good. May I have some?
I mean, would you share your food on a first date?
Yeah, I'm a big sharer. I'm a big because I want some of the other food. So I'm like, what if instead of our own meals, we ordered 8 entrees? But I actually wouldn't do food on a first date.
Yeah, we've mentioned that.
Well, they don't know that.
Well,
but
so what's your ideal first date?
I would say, and y'all know this, but mine is it's easy drinks, right? It's somewhere where you can grab a quick, and if you don't drink, you could do coffee. There's other variations of this, right? You could do coffee, you could do a juice bar, you could do something, but something chill, easy first drinks, but you intentionally do it on a Thursday night. Because
Best night for a date.
everyone's down to like be out and hang out on a Thursday, so you have time, or you could say you have to work in the morning if you're not trying to hang out. And then also, you do it in an area where you can like easily go do something else. So like if the drink goes well, you could be like, oh, we could pop next door for another drink, or we could like grab food.
It's strategy.
Strategy.
Michelle, you mentioned a juice bar. Remember that one time you got asked on a first date to Smoothie King?
Traumatically, yes. Yeah. It was Hinge or Tinder. It was probably Tinder, I would assume, since it was Smoothie King. But yeah, there was like this weird back and forth, and this was, I don't fucking know how long ago. Like when I first got to Austin, I think. And yeah, this guy was just like, we're going back and forth, and it was just kind of like, okay, like let's meet up for a drink. And he's like, yeah, so I'm not drinking right now because I have a stomach ulcer, but what if we went to Smoothie King? And I was like, there's too much happening in this dialogue with a person I've never met before. Like, if Marie was like, I have a stomach ulcer, I'm not drinking, I'd be like, okay, cool, fine. But like some random person, I was like, also, like, to me, I've never been to a Smoothie King. I think of it like a Jamba Juice in the mall, and I imagine you're like 15 if you go there. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I was like, this feels very weird. This doesn't feel like a date. I don't know.
Well, I think literally the closest Smoothie King to us is Barton Creek Square Mall, which I would not recommend for a first date unless you are 16. 16 and you want to go to Abercrombie.
No, thank you. On that note, does anyone have like an amazing first date where they're like, this was so cool, this was the most creative thing? It didn't have to work out, didn't have to turn into a relationship. Did anyone have like a great first date experience they'd like to share?
Yeah, we need something positive here.
No, literally no one.
Anybody?
Everyone's like, no, not at all. I feel like what did I do?
You went on a good first date? That you didn't tell me about?
Back to Doug.
All right, again, me. But it was like last October, and we took a hearse around on a ghost tour in Austin. She said she wanted something spooky, and
Oh, okay.
it was dope as hell.
You should start with that context.
If you stopped it, we took a hearse. I was like, are you okay?
You can get this in October in Austin. You can rent a hearse, and it's like a guided ghost tour.
That honestly sounds dope as fuck.
She was like,
Okay, all right.
How'd that work out?
We don't need to worry about that. But so you had the car date and you have the hearse date. So those are like two pretty creative date ideas. Were those your ideas?
yeah.
Damn. All right.
All right, Doug,
All
coming
right.
up with the ideas over here.
And are you single? Anybody who wants to go on a fun creative date?
Doug
hit
is
him up.
single and
Red
creative.
hoodie. We're just over here to, pimp out our friends. It's fine.
It's fine. That's really, like we said, that's the whole thing. It's really a mixer. We're going to ask everyone who's in an entanglement to leave here pretty soon.
Well, it was going to be a mixer, but
R.I.P.
then we got thrown in the big room, so here we are.
We were also going to cover being cynical, but I don't know if we've got, like, the right vibe for that. Okay.
No,
Where do you want
I
to go
don't
with
think
this?
so.
What are you feeling?
All right. Well, we talked about first dates.
I think we over-covered Valentine's.
Yeah, we kind of shifted into some best practices. Horrible dates? Oh, Valentine's dates.
What you got, Saint? What you got for us?
I got a horrible date.
Do it.
So I was in college, and at my college, there's like a lot of good football players that I thought were really cute. And so me and my best friend went to the Cheesecake Factory with these two guys in the NFL.
Okay.
Wait, what? The NFL?
Yes, two guys in the NFL.
So wait,
She
hold
said
on, pause.
casually.
You were in college and they were in the NFL. Okay.
They had just gone into
Okay,
the day.
okay, okay.
They were so fucking
Cool.
Well,
Love
you
that.
were.
Also, the Cheesecake Factory. But go on.
Okay, so
They're in college.
So this is
Go
the
on.
start.
Go
It
on.
all starts in the Cheesecake Factory, and it ends there too. So the Cheesecake Factory, two guys, Tell me why at the end of the date, my date does not offer to pay. Her date offers to pay for his meal and part of her meal. The only part of the meal that is covered by his gift card, which was given to him as a birthday present.
Stop.
So I am now covering, at the end of this date, my meal, my date's meal, who just got drafted, my girlfriend's meal, my best friend's part of her meal, and the rest is covered by this gift card. So that was my worst first date story.
What? Have you been to the Cheesecake Factory since? Because I don't think I'd ever go back after that.
So I love this because I actually have a $25 Cheesecake Factory gift card at home. So if anyone would like to join me for a partial meal, hit me up. Oh, Doug's in. I think that gets you like one shitty cocktail there and like half of a piece of cheesecake. You good?
I'm fine.
This is fine. Everything's fine is kind of our motto here. Anyone else have like date stories? This is fun. We talk to each other all the time, so we don't get to like hear new stories.
Valentine's dates, I think, was suggested.
Oh, Aaron's got one. All right, Saint. Aaron's got one.
So, I don't know if anybody remembers, but last year, Valentine's Day.
Oh, I didn't remember.
So, I'm not going to go through this whole ordeal, but I got trapped with a man for a week during the winter storm when I was just going on Valentine's Day. And, I mean, it went well because he's my current boyfriend.
Wow.
Can we get a round of applause for that?
Hold on. Did it go well at first, or did it turn out well?
It went horribly wrong.
Did
By day 4, I was like upstairs staring at a blank wall, wanting to leave and texting Michelle, who also encouraged me to go. And a couple months later, it started going wrong.
she stumbled her way into a relationship, but it took her a few months longer than being in the relationship to admit it. But that's okay. That happens.
And how long has it been? It's been a while.
A year. They just celebrated a year.
Can we get a
some
round of applause, please?
For a year. I feel like that's like marriage in Austin. That's
It
like
is.
long term here.
It is. That's what I mean. Like, this has been my longest relationship. We've been together for over a year now, Michelle.
I think we're like a year and a half, almost 2.
Almost 2.
Wow, look at us. Thriving.
Are you going to buy me a ring for Valentine's Day?
No.
That's
No.
okay. That's
Fine.
all right. I'll live.
I feel like, we were going to get into like attachment styles, but I feel like that's a little too serious. I will say though, okay, so has anyone here read the book Attached? Does anyone know their attachment style? Because I have a newfound opinion on this. Number one, like the main thing is, there are already so many things to evaluate when you're looking for someone to like date. And now I have to be like, oh, well, is he avoidant, secure, or attached? Like, I don't need another thing to evaluate when I'm just trying to figure out if like the cute guy at the bar is into me or not. That's my new opinion on this.
How many other things are you evaluating other than like the way he looks?
The way he looks, his goals, his drive. It depends on the end goal, right? But like, because I was listening to Attached because Marie made me.
I did. I forced her.
And I was just like, so now we have another thing, because if y'all have like read it or listened to it, it's like, oh, well, if you're like anxious avoidant or if you're avoidant, you should look for a partner who's secure. And it's like, okay, so now I have to be like, oh, no, you're avoidant, unsure, secure, oh, but you're in a relationship. Like, it's another thing to evaluate. I'm tired.
Well, taking a step back, for those of you who have not read Attached, there's 4 different main attachment styles. There's, as you mentioned, secure, anxious avoidant, and avoidant. And avoidant is exactly how it sounds. So that's the fuck boy that you meet out on Rainy and you sleep with him and then he ghosts you. And
That's an extreme version of avoidant, but sure.
we're using
sure.
extremes right now.
We're using
okay?
extremes.
And then anxious is probably how you feel like if you're like kind of in the beginning stages and you don't know what's going on and you want them to text you all the fucking time. You might be anxious.
Okay.
And again, I'm being dramatic. Anxious avoidant is a mixture of those two. And then secure is honestly what we all probably want to be because you have a healthy relationship with relationships and it's not really an issue for you.
I think like one of the things with secure too is like you just like you communicate your needs better, whereas like people who have like an anxious style are more like they're hyper aware of things, and so sometimes they go to the flip side to not seem hyper aware, and then people who are avoidant like avoid.
Well, yeah, like anxious people overanalyze a lot of stuff. Avoidant people want to stay away from the actual relationship. Secure people, yeah, they just want to like, they're cool with everything. They're fine.
Ish.
I mean, as fine as any of us really are.
But are y'all all familiar with that? Does everyone know where they stand on that spectrum? Do we all feel good about that? How to handle that?
Okay. All right. So we're getting very, are we experts now that we just read one book?
I listened to half the book, but yeah, full
I knew
disclosure,
you didn't finish it.
I'm very transparent because
I should read what? The Body Keeps Score? What is that about?
Wait, I was like, did I get cut? Who cut my mic? I don't want to read that book. What do you?
You did get cut. This is fine.
Can you hear me? Oh, weird. Okay. I don't know. What do you think about transitioning into like red flag or deal breaker?
Yeah,
And then,
let's do that and then let's wrap.
Okay. Is everyone familiar with the terms red flag or deal breaker? Okay. Or maybe we should what if we did a version of that, but we did like red light, green light? It's too complicated. Okay. All right. So we're going to do some red flag or deal breakers. Of course, we're going to start with the Valentine's Day theme because we have to, because it's February. Oh, you're waiting for me?
I was waiting for you. It sounded like you had an idea.
Amazing. Yeah, no, it's great. So for anyone who's not familiar, red flag would be like I don't love this, but I would still like pursue the person. And then like deal breaker would be like, fuck no, calling my Uber, going home, ghosting them, whatever. Like that's an extreme, right? So for the first one, let's go red flag or deal breaker. This isn't Valentine's Day themed, but their roommate's dog bites you. Just shout it out.
Deal breaker. What?
Okay, we're gonna split this. Okay, so if that's a red flag, just whoop or holler. We're gonna see who's louder. Red flag. Okay, if that's a deal breaker, same deal. Just make some noise. Okay, that's about equal.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, definitely a deal breaker for me. You know how I am about dogs.
You also have 3 animals, so if there's a bitey dog, you've got a bad situation.
Well, Luna's not going to let anybody bite me and get away with it. Luna is my 16-pound mini schnauzer, and I would really rather her not get into a dog fight. So, yeah, deal breaker.
Do you have one that's Valentine's Day themed?
All right, red flag or deal breaker. This is not Valentine's Day related.
That's okay.
They take you to meet their parents on the first date. Red flag, just a red flag. All right, yell if it's a red flag.
And then yell if it's a deal breaker. Okay, so more deal breakers.
Even.
I think there's like context, and it's like, is it disclosed?
I mean, that's all I got. That's part of the game.
Yeah, no, right. There's no context around that. Okay. So we're not into.
Is it a red flag or a deal breaker for you?
There's too much context involved. I don't know. I have to evaluate. Oh.
Oh, good one. Okay, red flag or deal breaker. They're on a dating app, and they say that they live in Austin, but they actually live in Round Rock. Red flag? Scream, make some noise.
I'm going to say Round Rock is like, that's a red flag, but if they actually live in like Tampa, that's a deal breaker.
Okay.
Well, no, right? Because you're saying
High
like
standards.
you mean like people who are like visiting.
No,
Oh, there's a story here.
like they live in the, like they're saying they live in Austin, but they actually live in a suburb of Austin.
So, Alex just went on a date.
A $20 Uber. That's it. That's all you get from me.
Alex had just went on a date with this guy. His location was Denver. She lives in Denver. And as we're on the date, she's like, oh no, I live in Boulder, Colorado. Which is like 25 on a good day, so there's no way.
It's
Yeah.
like farther than that. Yeah, that's a bigger. And also, those are two very different cities. Like culturally, vibe, what you do, like that's a little different.
Very different.
Although I guess Round Rock is very like family oriented.
I mean, I was really just going for like time-wise and location, but yeah.
All right, what else you got? Y'all have any other things that have? Oh yeah.
All right.
Uh oh.
So a pilot that is flying in Austin that says he's here all the time, but very respectful. Like he's here sometimes, he's young, older. Where's his family?
I mean, I'm gonna go deal breaker for me, but I've never heard a story about a pilot who's not cheating on his wife. Like, no offense if anyone in the room is a pilot, like an airplane pilot, but like, I've pretty much that's the only association I have with pilots. So for me, it's like,
I mean, isn't that in like all the movies?
yes, but also like real life.
Well, I mean, if it's in the movies, it's based off something.
Oh, I have a good one. You're not gonna like this.
Oh. Yes.
All right. Red flag or deal breaker?
Are you going to turn my face bright red? Redder than it already is?
100%.
Thanks.
All right. Red flag or deal breaker? They live very close to you in your neighborhood or your building. Red flag or deal breaker? Or, fuck it, let's go. Okay, all right.
Is that because of the LA thing? Is that your revenge?
No, I'm just feeling chaotic.
You're always feeling chaotic.
Not always.
99.99% of the time. That's why we're friends. It's fun.
It's true. Yeah, I balance you out. Oh, I just got another one. No more personal digs, though. We only get to do that.
Red flag or deal breaker is the guy lives in your building, has your phone number and hits you up on Instagram and then finds you on Hinge and asks you out on Instagram to tell you to check your Hinge.
And you are not responding to his texts.
Correct.
That's a block for me.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. That's weird. I feel like that's a whole different conversation. Like, weird. I think, like, in general, like, we could generalize that a little bit. Like, red flag or deal breaker, they have your phone number, but they only, like, and you've had conversations via text, and they only hit you up on a dating app or Instagram. For, like, that's just, for me, I'm like, dude, that is the least direct way to get in touch with me.
Well, and also it's like when they're hitting you up across multiple platforms, I feel like it's very like, hi, hello, I'm here, pay attention to me.
Well,
and it's like, bro, really?
Or it's like
A window tap?
It's like, hey, I don't like really want to ask you out, but like, hey. That's how I feel like it is when someone's like, when they're like, funny running into you on Hinge. Is it though?
Like, is it? Yeah, no, I feel like, what is it? Anybody who's a Jared Freed fan, he calls that window tapping. Jared Freed is our favorite comedian. You should look him up. It's not Swiping the City if we don't reference him at least once.
It's true. Yeah, Uncle Jared. On that note, since we are experts, clearly, Any questions? Anything you want our opinions on? Anything before we wrap here? No one. That's okay. We
That's all
appreciate
right.
that.
We're not really experts.
No, we're okay. We're gonna wrap. So, you want to do like the credits here, the thank yous, the credits?
The credits. Thank you to PM Jams for planning. He's not here. Thank you to Saint. Also, Saint said so. Y'all should follow her too because she's also a performer. Thank you to Lindsey Daniel for her beautiful music. And of course, Wanderlust. Thank you to Sammy because this place is dope, and we're so happy to be here. Happy to be partnering with everybody. Michelle, where can people find us?
Swipe in the city across platforms. If you missed it, we have a podcast. They actually let us do that. We put it out on like a weekly basis.
Nobody lets us.
No big deal. Yeah, it's actually not that hard.
Seriously, guys, we can do it.
We can do it. Literally anyone can. Should, maybe not. But yeah, we really appreciate it. For y'all who just kind of stumbled into this, thank you so much for participating, for joining. Means
or
a lot.
tolerating.
Or just, not telling us to fuck off.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys not being assholes. So thank you. And thank you to everybody just for hanging out.
And remember to tip your bartenders. Cheers.